In today's Fortnite update, Fortnite added a new feature to Jam Tracks, so they're going to be going over all the new features, the pricing, and more to determine if Jam Tracks is still worth 500 V-Bucks in 2026. If you guys enjoy, make sure to do all that stuff on the screen. Well, let's get started. So first off, how do you get Jam Tracks and how much do they cost? Well, there are two ways to actually get Jam Tracks, like mainly I guess. The first way is through Item Shop, where every like either few days or like every like week or so, I'm pretty sure that they rotate like through like a certain list. And the same list in the Fortnite Item Shop could also be like in the daily rotation that like switches in and out between like every day or week or whatever. Mostly like I'm pretty sure every like few days or like at least like once a week, like where new songs like enter rotation like for the item shop and also like for like the festival like rotation, like the free rotation where anyone's able to like play the songs like whenever. So what I said in the video didn't make much sense, so let me just redo this real fast. All the tracks have a date they will be removed from the shop at the bottom left of your screen or when you see leaving today on the item, just like skins or pickaxes. The jam track can return, and a lot of them do if they're popular enough, but they get replaced with other songs or even with a new song that usually gets announced on Tuesday and enter the shop on Thursday. And some tracks can enter the shop through other ways, like a bundle with the singer on it, or a random bundle Epic puts together, like Monks and Stitches as an example. And all the jam tracks that are in the shop on that day are also in the free feature rotation for festival, where anyone can play the song for either a day or for a few days, which is pretty cool. And all of these are 500 V-Bucks, which is around $5. The other way to get them is through the festival pass, which costs 1,800 V-Bucks or 11.99 with Fortnite Crew. We already talked about Fortnite Crew in a previous video. If you guys want to go check out my video on if Fortnite Crew is worth it in 2026, go watch that. But in like every festival jam track or music pass or whatever, usually get a few songs. Some of these are mostly Epic Games ones. Like for example, this. I didn't know we did do that. For example, this I'm pretty sure is Epic Games. This is like an actual song. This is Epic Games one. This is an actual song. This is Epic Games. We got actual song. Then we got Epic Games, and this is like the featured artist for season whatever season we're on. Lisa. Someone told you get 2, 4, 6, 8 jam tracks and one festival pass for 1,800 V-Bucks. Which is really worth it that much. Not really, but if you guys like the artist or whatever, then honestly I say like the festival pass is worth it. Then moving on to the actual jam tracks, what did they do? What did they give you? And are they actually worth 100 V-Bucks? Well, one thing they give you is you're able to play them whenever you want, if they're in a rotation or not, just like whenever. Which is honestly a pretty good thing because like, you know, if a song's like not in a rotation that like you want to play or whatever, like it might take a while, like a few weeks or maybe even months or whatever until like the song like rotates back in because they have like over I'm pretty sure like either close to or like around 600 jam tracks in the game, like at the time we're recording this. So you know it's like a really like small batch like every week, which honestly kind of sucks. But let's say like you wanted to play Buddy Holly or whatever. Well, you have to like wait till that song like rotates for the jam tracks featured thing or like the feature rotation until like it eventually comes back. Or if you guys buy it, you guys are able to play it whenever you guys want. Like I can select it like whenever. You guys can also do it with friends, so not all like let's say you're a friend or you're two friends or three friends. How many friends do you have like you want to play festival with? Like you guys all don't need to own the jam track. Only one person on the jam track, and it's unlocked for everybody. But that was a really cool feature. I'm pretty sure from what I heard, it wasn't like that in Rock Band or Guitar Heroes. So it's nice Fortnite actually like made that happen. Now another thing you guys are actually able to do is set it as your lobby music. So if you guys want to listen to, let's say, I don't know, let's say Juno. Like we listen to Juno like whenever in the festival or like in the lobby. Pretty cool. Like honestly, it's not really that good for me because of content creation and all that stuff, and I honestly don't want to get copyright striked or whatever. So yeah, but it's honestly pretty good for anyone that just like doesn't create content, and that could be said for a lot of other stuff I'm about to say too. So yeah. You guys can also set it as a game moment, which if you guys don't know what a game moment is, it's like where you set it as your intro music or your celebration music. Your intro music being like when you jump out the battle bus, you hear this until like you land or whatever. And the celebration music being like whenever you get a victory royale and like you hear until like you return to the lobby, which is honestly pretty cool. Like just making like a little moment for yourself, play like kind of like some hype music or just like some celebration music, which is honestly pretty cool. Now jumping into Lego real fast, if we go find a jukebox, which I don't play Lego, so I don't know where this could be. Let me just cut to like where it is real fast. Oh, here it is. Is this a Yondertron jukebox in the recreation tab in furniture? So we got a recreation furniture. Here's a jukebox. I think this is the right one. Yeah, you actually do this, and it says your radio. You guys obviously can't hear it. I'll turn copyright music up a little bit just so you guys can hear this. So there's Montero. So you guys could like get a jukebox and like play your jam tracks, like your selected jam tracks, like the eight or yeah, right, eight. The eight like jam tracks you guys have like selected. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you guys could like actually do like the ones like you guys don't have selected, but the eight you guys have selected, like just like in your like actual locker, that like shuffles through like the radio, which is honestly pretty cool, honestly. Okay, I thought she was gonna try to make you get copyright or something. I forgot I had this on. And now before I show off the last two features, I'm gonna show off the drop-in feature or the game moment feature. You guys can hear the OG music. This isn't edited or whatever. This is like this music I selected before the game started. Just to preview you guys. Do this. Where am I going? Off and on. So we're a pretty cool thing, I guess. There's some cool music you could have like with this feature. Now the last two things we're gonna be talking about is actually let me just land real fast. Alright, so it suddenly stops like when I freaking drop got it. Now the last like two features we're gonna be talking about is actually listen and just playing the instrument or playing like the song. So first talking about like actually playing the song, we have all these options where we could do all this stuff like bass, lead, drums, and vocals, and then of course we can also shuffle. Oops, we can also shuffle through all this stuff. Can you shut up, SpongeBob? And this is like where like when Festival first like came out, like I guess it's like one of like the leading points of like jam tracks or whatever. Like you're able to like make remixes. So let's say I wanted to. Let's see if I could choose like non-copyrighted songs real fast. Do like the lead to Bunny Bounce. And used to like need like 4 people to like do all this, like to like one for like each spot. But recently, I think it was like about like last year or so, like they added like where like you could do like you could do it yourself with all, like the rest of the jam tracks. So add like the drums from 8-bit, add well vocals can be copyrighted, probably not. Vocals from Gangnam Style, and then you guys can also do like another thing, like another like another vocals, another lead, another whatever. But we're just gonna like do this for example. Do Everybody Falls from Fall Guys. Then you have like this terrible remix. You could also change the tempo, the key, and the minor or the mode, minor, major, whatever. Or if you guys just want to straight up like play the whole entire song, let's say Man Child. You guys can do that. I'm not gonna play the whole entire thing because of copyright. Overall, that was like a major selling point. Like when Gen Tracks first came out, when like a lot of people like said, "Oh, this is why it's worth 500 V-Bucks or whatever." But recently, they added a new feature where you can listen to the song throughout the whole entire game, which is honestly pretty cool. So let's say I wanted to listen to Man Child once again. That's not Man Child. I'm playing a song. It's probably a bad idea to like do copyright music with it. Let's play Bunny Bounce. No, I don't want to edit. I want to freaking stop the thing. I really do keep it popping, I guess. So I'm walking around. Let's say I'm finding someone, building. What is just playing in my ears? Which honestly isn't like that bad of a thing. Of course, like with like certain songs, like certain like non-copyrighted songs, like literally almost every song like in like my 8 selection or whatever. All this stuff can be found on, let's say, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, whatever other music listening apps you can listen to. And of course, like in Fortnite, like if you're really into this type of stuff, like in Fortnite, like they bleep out like the swear words, all the inappropriate stuff. Most of it, I guess, in most songs, but on Spotify or whatever else, unless you choose like the clean version, then you're gonna get like all the regular stuff that's like not found in Fortnite. So like there's an argument there. Like people would rather probably like listen to it through Spotify or whatever, what makes a lot of sense because like rather like listen to a song like just regularly, not like in Fortnite or whatever. Even like if you die or whatever, like the song and like you like the song like stops like and then you have to like start from the beginning. Like where like if I listen to a song like through Spotify or whatever, it just keeps going like when I die or whatever. I mean, I know like that's like not really the point or whatever, but like still. But honestly, it was still a pretty cool feature to add to Fortnite. Like people like maybe just want to like listen to the song. Here, just like to show you guys what I mean. Let's just play. Well, I guess. So it's playing. Done. And then he plays in the freaking like lobby because I forgot about that. I don't know, but that feature could be like for anyone. Like like some people might want to like listen to the music through like earbuds or like blasting like their computer or phone instead of like just listening to Fortnite or whatever. Main conclusion is Jam Track's worth it. I mean, it's honestly like decides on a lot of stuff. Like one, if you're willing to spend 500 V-Bucks, which is like the same price as an emo, or you could save up towards like a green skin or blue skin or just purple skin. If you guys actually like the artist or whatever, I just say like if you like the song or whatever, or you like the artist, like the song, whatever, then honestly it's a really good buy. But I'm not gonna buy a song I'm not gonna buy a song that like I have no idea about or don't like at all. Like let's say I didn't like the song freaking Young, Wild and Free by Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, and Bruno Mars. Then I obviously wouldn't have bought it. I obviously owned it because like this was part of the festival pass or whatever. But the amount of stuff you guys could do with like each soundtrack you own, like you guys can make remixes, play like in basically anything, whatever else, then I say it's 100% worth it. But honestly, just I kind of wish there were 300 V-Bucks because I feel like 300 V-Bucks would be like such a better price for Jam Tracks. People have been saying that since like when this stuff came out back in like 2024 or whatever, and Fortnite still hasn't done anything about it, and I highly doubt they will, honestly. But once again, if you guys like the artist or the song, then I say it's up to you mostly. Like if you wanted to do all the stuff I just listened to in the video, then I 100% think it's worth it. If you guys don't really play festival that much, then it's not really worth it. If you guys play festival, I say it's worth it pretty much. But once again, with like the amount of stuff you guys could do with like all the jam tracks, I 100% think it's worth it. Of course, like some stuff like the remixes or whatever, like you need like at least 4 things to like make like an actual like decent remix, I guess. But other than that, it's like whatever. I'm sure a lot of people don't really use like the remix feature though, but I could be completely wrong. But that's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, turn on notifications to this video. If you guys want to support me for an item shop when buying anything, you guys can use my code Gaberboy for an item shop. Go check out Week One Recap every Sunday at 10 a.m. where you have the week of Fortnite. And go check out Advance with code Gaber10 for 10% off on some amazing supplements. And as I said, goodbye.